Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My Okay, so here's part two of the oil change dating nightmare. Why did I date this man for 7 years when I know I only dated him because I ended up being desperate because of the mental trauma through my mother, family, and so called friends, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, who would have thought oil changes would have helped me when deciding the type of guy I want to date. And first, sorry. Hi, hello, how are you? Just know that I talk real tea, real life stories like this episode, but I also talk about catfish. I just did a catfish episodes a couple days ago, so check that out. I try to post every day, and the Handicapable Black Nerd channel, I try to post as many Saturdays as I can, but yeah, every day with this, and then on top of writing my novels, greeting cards, and trying to create a business, yeah, let's just say that's a work in progress. But anyways, yeah, I talk politics, catfish, River of Racism episodes, Gray Sheep, which this is included in the Gray Sheep series, and a lot of other topics. So if you enjoy the tea, and just know that I am a Democrat liberal, so yes, liberal tea, Democratic progressive type of tea. So if you like more of the conservative tea, yeah, I'm not for you. Okay. And I just say that because I know a lot of people, if the YouTuber doesn't say it early on, you tricked us. I watched you, and you like, so I always lay it out right at the gate so that if you want to come in, you're more than welcome. But if you want to make a U-turn, bye. Okay, here we go. So let's continue this story with the oil changes because my ex, like I said, he was gaslighting me, saying I'm bougie, I'm spoiled, and blah blah blah. But to me, I now know every time, because even after I broke up with him, guys telling me, "Oh, you want to own a business? Oh, you're spoiled. Oh, you're gonna shop here," even though I try to shop like the 50, 60, 70% off, or I look up deals, but then at the same time I go and get some stuff from Dollar Tree. It's like, I mean, I know how to save money, but I know to get quality. I'm not a fast fashion person, because even Mr. No Heart and Mr. Lockakey, they teased me for getting like quality stuff, but then when I wear the stuff for years, they would mock me. Oh, you're wearing the same thing. I'm like, you know what? Trying to pay for two masters, trying to save for a house, trying to get my credit score to the number that I want to get it. And it's like, well, I mean, I've had a great credit score for you. I'm not gonna say it because yeah, who can't trust some of these people out here. But it's like yeah, let's just say with a lot of the goals and a lot of the things, even getting an oil change, I'm called bougie, I'm called spoiled, and like hard to handle or manage because of that. So that's, he does not realize there. I have such a long, like, he was like, "Why are you breaking up with me? Why are you?" I have such a long list, but yeah. Okay, so a couple years later, I think it was year 5 of the relationship. It's like I just was saying, like, I'm trying to save my money, I'm trying to invest money, I'm working 2 3 jobs like every day, like waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning, but sometimes later because my legs are in so much pain, because my undiagnosed disability is kicking in even more, and so I'm going through more pain. So sometimes I'm getting to work late, and I know I'm late, but it's like, out of the 4.5 years that I was there, I only skipped one day, and that was the day of my mother's funeral. I can't even say skipped, I missed one day, and that was the day of my mother's funeral. Every other day I was there. Yeah. And so I was in pain. I was in pain all day, every day. But anyway, I woke up, went to one job, literally leaving that job, going to a second job, and then over the weekends working and like sometimes another job, then going to his house. But then if I didn't go to his house early enough, I'm like, oh, like I got there Saturday night or evening, whatever, Sunday afternoon, I'm like, oh my gosh, the weekend went so fast. It's like, this is another reason I am so glad I'm no longer with him, because he would turn around. Yeah, if you didn't come so late. Yeah, if you would actually come earlier. Excuse me. It's like I didn't have the guts to say it back then, but I was infuriated. Like all the time. Like he would always blame me when I was working 2 or 3 jobs. I was trying to save money, trying to invest, trying to get my businesses together. I'm writing my books, writing my stories. He begged me to start a business. We started. He didn't spend a dime because he was like, oh, I don't have a credit card. I don't have the money. I don't like, I need to afford stuff for the girls. I need to feed them. I need rent. He's like, but you got the money. I was like, I'm going to pay interest. Don't worry. Did not pay me 1 cent. And 6 months into starting the business, oh, I give up on the business. I don't want to do it anymore. Did not pay me once. So then I had to pay it off on my credit cards. I had to do that on my own. But he says he loves me. And some people are like, it's money. No, I was like, yeah, financial is the number one reason why couples get divorced. So it's like, and he broke a promise. It's like, because he begged me, because this is a 420 business, because he used to grow illegally up north. It's like before it was legal, when he was younger, he grew up north and he would brag about it. And see, that's the thing. It's like his mother would always try to stereotype me with being a black person. And this is another reason why it's like, oh, you want me to go up to Lake City with you? You out of your daggone mind. Because like she would brag to me, or one night she laughed and told me why each and every one of her children ended up in jail. But then she looked at me and she asked me, so now it's your turn, tell me when you and your siblings went to jail. Excuse me? Yeah. And or like, I mean, I've said it a few times. I'll say that for another story, but just think, like, I'm busting my butt off and I'm trying to start a business and trying to get my life together, and he's begging me to start a business. I spend my money on my credit card, and now all of a sudden he bails out. And it's like, because I bought the certification, I paid for the everything so everything could be legal. It's like he just remembered, like, because I remember when I told him it's over 2,500. It's not over that. Okay, did you forget about the certifications? Did you forget about all of the things that will make it a legal business? You like, and because yeah, and that didn't even include all of the paperwork either. But it's like he only wants to think about the wood and all the equipment so he can build it. But he forgot, like, it was probably over 3,000, because I was going for the trainings and I was going for the paperwork, and I was going to the centers to like learn and get certified in different things like that. I did all that. I started the website. I got the clients. In 3 or 4 months, even after we stopped, I was still getting phone calls. I was still getting phone calls. That's how good I was with starting that business. And so it's like, yeah, people say forgive. Oh no, when it comes to my mother and certain people in my life, including Mr. Nohar, there's no, it's like, if it's a sin, I guess I'm sinning. I'm not perfect. It's like, like so many people have made my life full of so much struggle, but then people want to blame me with not being at a certain step in life, when it's like, if I didn't have to spend like $3,000 plus the interest. That money could be invested, or that money could have been paid for with even my illustrations or my like editor or something like that. It's like I could have used that money somewhere else. He begged me. And so with the oil change, he once again started saying, "Oh, you're spoiled." Oh, or yeah, he's like, "You're a rich family. You're this. You're that." It's like, "Oh, well, your parents are rich." It's like, yeah, something you'll never be. And he's like being really gaslighting, really underhanded. And he's like, "Let me give you the oil change." Yeah, it's like, last time it was your fault. You should have gotten 3 bottles. How am I supposed to know? You're the one that checked it, and you're the one who said it was all set, and that it was like I've never like I've watched it, I've seen it, but you're telling and that's what I'm saying. He says he loves me, but it's like when you always blame me for your mistakes and for the things that you did or you tried to force me to do just to allow your ego to be big. So he started doing the same thing again. And because like this time is because I'm trying to save money, because it's like I'm paying off the credit cards partially because it was his fault, and then I'm starting to invest money, and it's like I'm just trying to get all of my life together. And so he was like, "Oh, since you're trying to do all this stuff, that means you need to save money with the oil change. It's like I'm gonna give you your oil change," and I'm saying no. And so he's gaslighting me again and blaming me, and I knew the first time. And so when I even mentioned, I was like, "You know what happened the first time, you know the trauma." And then you had the nerve to tell me I'm not allowed to include you into the conversation. So like I ended up being nothing but a liar. Well, it's like, it's your choice when you introduce me, but I was like, "Well, you never want to come to the house. I want to introduce you. I want to mention your name. But if you're not going to come to the house, why would I met like no?" It's like, so you're going to just seem like a stranger? No. Yeah, because like I said, I've invited him like at least around 20 times. I was like, I'll say a hard 12, but it's like they're light 20, because there were some times where I'm like, "Oh, so for Christmas, it's like you can come over our house this year and we're going to have turkey." Like, "No, no, I'm not doing that." He would just cut me off. So that's why it's like I know it was 20, but a light 20, because sometimes I wouldn't be persistent, but sometimes I was persistent. So anyway, we would continue talk. Well, no, well, it would be kind of talking about it, but him literally telling me that he needs to do it. And if we're in a relationship and things like that, then I need to trust him. And I'm just like, "Well, you know what happened last time?" And he's like, "Oh, that was one time, blah, blah, blah." And so I was dumb. And I went, got the stuff, 3 bottles this time, because I'm like, first time, shame on you. But this time, like, if I'm getting the 3 bottles this time. So I get the 3 bottles. And so he is outside, and I'm typing my novel. I'm working on, or either typing my novel or doing research, whichever, one of the two. But while he's working on it, I hear a loud kaboom. And I'm just like, "What? What's going on? What happened?" And that's when I realized my car felt, you know that thing like when you're trying to get the vehicle up? It's like so you can like get under the vehicle. I forgot what you call it. It's like I'm not a mechanic. But yeah, he gets my car into the closer to the garage, and he gets it up onto that thing, and he started on it, but then kaboom. I look out the window, and I'm speechless. The car fell on it, on the thing that it's supposed to be balanced on, falls right on it. And I see liquid everywhere. He comes back into the house full mantrum, a male tantrum you would not believe. He's yelling out swear words, he's screaming, he's yelling. And I'm just like speechless because I'm like, this happened again. Different scenario, but this happened again. I was like, why did I listen to you? Why did I let you trap me into this? And, well, he's yelling and screaming and just, I can't believe what the, I can't, blah, just yelling, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so he, about an hour later, he calms down and, well, guess what the result was? He's telling me I need to look up an auto place and I need to go have it fixed. And he says there's a lot around here. He would even help me look one up or look up a reputable one. He lives in a different city. He lives about an hour away from me. And so I'm like, okay, can you at least recommend, like, can we drive in your car and try to find one together? That I'll drive there tomorrow, but can we drive around to find it? So because I'm like, I don't want to just be lost. And he no, he wouldn't do that. He told me you'll figure it out. He left me to dry, so I had to look it up. And so I look it up, and the next morning, because I'm stuck there, I'm literally stuck there. And I I have to drive really slowly because all of the coolant has left my vehicle. That was one of the problems. It broke the way the coolant goes. So yay me. So I slowly drive to the place, and the guys look at it, and there's more than one thing wrong with it. But then they take a closer inspection, and then they find more things. And so I get on this credit plan where, if I let them fix all of this, they will put me on a plan where if I pay it all off within 6 months, I won't have to pay any interest. And but I think a lot of times people aren't able to do that, so then they pay the interest, so that's how they make money. But they don't know me, and that's what one reason why I talked about my, like, the credit score and financial. Yeah, you didn't think that was going to be included in the story, did you? Yeah. So, I paid that off on time, but it's like, yeah. So I went up to the guy. We're typing all the information and everything, but Mm. Guess how much Mr. No Heart contributed with the fixing of my vehicle? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And but he keeps wondering why I broke up with him. He keeps what like I mean he got over me by now, he better have, even though he refuses to bring my belongings. And oh, that's another thing. I'm gonna say the whole story later, like, yeah, you already know. But when I'm having surgery and there's a blanket that means a lot to me and it's at your house because I get cold easily, but whenever, like, a lot of nights he would take all of the covers, and I, with another disability I get cold easily, but when I try grabbing the covers he'll hit me in his sleep. Yeah, that's why I had the blanket there. So when I had my surgery, I asked him, can you bring my blanket while you're going up north to go see your mother? No. What do you mean? Like, I need my blanket. No, when you can drive again, you'll drive to my place and you'll have your blanket when you get here. That is what he told me. I can't get my property until I drive to his house. And it's like he didn't know. It's like I already knew I was going to break up with him. I ended up a lot sooner than I planned. But that was another notch. I was just like, oh, okay. It's like that then. It's like that then. Okay. Even though you're literally going to pass by my exit, you're refusing to give me my property, something I need, because you're trying to make sure I'm trapped into the relationship, or you love the control, or you love to see me jump around when you say jump. No. No. And so I get the vehicle fixed, but other things that bothered me. He didn't call me to make sure that I got there safely. I believe one of my parents called me, so then I had to figure out what to tell them. And that still pisses me off because he was no good for me. He always got me into situations, and then he always the only reason he kept me around is because he needed me, and he was too lazy to do things on his own, or he was unwilling to budget and save his money. So he wanted to spend the money how he wanted to spend it, and then put his hand out when he needed it. But if I ever needed, like like the one time I needed $20 for gas money, no, I can't help you. When my vehicle was overheating and I was in the winter time, call your dad, and hung up on me. Because, okay, yeah, I'm going to get back to that part because that has to do with this story. Because, yeah, they they fixed the vehicle. He never called me to make sure I got to the shop all right. And then hours later, I think it was like 3, 4 hours later, during the time I'm starting to write my novel, but I start thinking of another idea because, like, being at the mechanic place and why I'm there, I'm like, you know what? Another idea right there. And so, get home, he still never calls me. So when he gets off work, I call him because I'm just like, how dare you? But he acts like it's nothing. He acts like okay, whatever. No apology, nothing. But he keeps saying, you can't say I don't love you. No, you never did. You only loved what you can take advantage of. And so this is right. Oh, one thing, this is right before the school year starts too. And so thank goodness. And that's another reason why I never missed a day, because it happened the right week. Because, yeah, Sunday, and had to get the car fixed Monday. But I had training the very next day, literally. So that it was like the timing was exact. And so, anyways, went to training and everything like that. Started the school year, and I like with this is one of my first years with getting a salary at the school. So I get my salary money. I'm paying it all off, and I'm so happy. I'm like, okay, I got the car fixed. At least now it has new parts, so I know it's gonna last longer. And he's not apologizing. He's not contributing anything. So now, like, I was gonna buy a couple new outfits or dresses to for work, but I couldn't because all of that money was going towards the car. So I'm wearing the same dresses. So I have students, like, since I have an Android phone too, students are like, oh, you're so poor. Oh, you're worthless. Oh, it's like, and because teachers were telling them I'm poor. And I'm like, yes, but I was wearing the same dresses, one, because I had students who I have high expectations and I give them real work, not just fill in the blank and everything. And I've had students threaten to throw bleach on me. I had students who say, I know what car you drive. And it's like one who said he was going to slash my tires. And so it's like, but then with the bleach, it's like they said they're going to bleach my clothes, and they already damaged one of my dresses on purpose. On purpose. So I was going to buy new dresses, but dresses on sale and dresses that I wouldn't be attached to. But then I ended up spending all of that money on the car. So, but which was kind of a good thing because trying to dress up at this job would have been a waste. Like, they weren't worth it. Like, and people are going to take it the wrong way, but yeah, it wasn't worth it when you're trying to teach and you're trying to do an amazing job, but then the other teachers are saying, oh, you're trying to turn these students white because you're trying to educate them. It's like, no, I'm trying to give them a fair chance. I'm trying to make sure when they get to high school, they're at least at a middle school reading level when many of our high school students are at a third grade reading level. And so when I put these kids to work, I put them to work. So it's like I'm on salary. I'm like some of the, like there was a couple teachers that they were my crews, like, or not my crew, but we kind of stuck together because we cared about the students. We wanted good education, quality education, things like that. We had ideas. I was writing up grants. I was trying to start a school garden, and I had a school garden, but I was trying to get a governmental school garden because I thought if I can find another grant where the students can start a small business with the crops, either making jams or jellies or something. It's like I was trying to show them, okay, you guys can start a business, you guys can be entrepreneurs, you guys can be creative and do things. So it's like I was trying to at least think of, and I was trying to teach them about nature, nurture, stuff like that or whatever. That was kind of my, I won't say specialty or whatever, but that was kind of my area. So I'm doing all of that, getting the salary or whatever. But I remember in the winter time, my car would overheat sometimes, and I'm like, what's going on? So I would pull over, let it cool. I took it to one place, they couldn't find anything wrong with it, and but I was too scared to take it to my dad after what happened in part one, because there was two other times where something would happen to my car, and but then he was like, you just can't take care of a car. It's like, are you this stupid? Can you be this stupid? Wow, you are just so stupid. So yeah, once you're called stupid so many times, you just don't want to be anywhere near that person, because I was already too stupid to be a lawyer. I was only going to end up being somebody's maid, and the only thing I'm good at is cleaning, blah blah blah. Yeah, gray sheep. This is why I'm a gray sheep and everything. So gray sheep squad. Yeah, what up? So anyway, the car was overheating. On my way to work, it was February, because this is right after my mom's funeral. And I pull over to the side, and I called my ex-boy, or my now ex-boyfriend. And remember when I said, like, whenever he needed me, I was there for him. But whenever I needed him, ghost like Casper. Well, let's just say he told me, call your father, he'll figure it out. And he hung up on me. So then I called one of the people that was part of my crew, or the people who they wanted the best for the students, like I did. And she told me to calm down. She helped me, like, she calmed me down while I waited for the car to cool down. And then she told me drive to the school slowly. I drove there slowly. And another teacher who he works on cars on the side, and everything, he looked in my car. He's like, nothing's wrong with it. He said the same exact thing, and I'm like, what is going on then? And so I was so scared, but then I went to my father like a few days later, because my part's like, okay, I don't know what's wrong, but it's overheating. So then I find out, yeah, the place that did all this work on my car put the wrong coolant in the vehicle. The wrong coolant. And so, yeah, it's like, so then let's just say I've been through a lot, but it's just like, when he he messes up my car, I go get it fixed, and then I get told it needs more fixing. And so then saving my money, trying to get it fixed, paid it off in 6 months, but then I couldn't buy any new clothes, or I had to really budget myself, because my goal was still investing, because I still invested my money. I still paid off my credit card bills. I still, like, let's just say it's like, one reason why I say who, if I ever date again, he has to invest. Yeah. It's like, that's because I will never let a man use me again. A lot, because even after I broke up with my ex, a lot of these men are like, "Oh, you got money saved up? Oh yeah, we're gonna be set. You got money saved up." No, I have money saved up. I have money saved up. So, okay, there's gonna be a part three, but this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human. I was stupid to date Mr. No Heart. Oh, well, yeah. But I was desperate.